Fiddler is one of the best all-round tools for troubleshooting sessions and network problems with single sign-on. However, it is complex and takes getting used to, and some company policies will not allow you to download Fiddler as it can pose a security risk. Never install Fiddler on a server. It should only be installed and used on an end-user machine. To download Fiddler, go to the Telerik.com website /download/fiddler, fill out your details and download. Once downloaded, run through the setup steps. Once installed, open Fiddler, go to Tools, Options, HTTPS, and select Capture HTTPS Connects, Decrypt HTTPS Traffic. We will get a pop-up saying to intercept HTTPS traffic, Fiddler generates a unique root certificate, and it will ask you if you want to trust the Fiddler root certificate. We have to say yes here as we want to do this troubleshooting, and most of our traffic will be going through HTTPS. When we select yes, we'll get a message asking us if we want to trust the Fiddler root. Here we will do so, and we get a confirmation pop-up. Again, yes, and OK. We will also select Ignore Server Certificate Errors, and it does say it's unsafe here. Once we've done that, we OK. Let's take a quick look at the certificate itself. When you're not using Fiddler for troubleshooting, delete the certificate. So if we open MMC and we go to our certificates for our current user, and we'll look for Fiddler. And anything issued by Fiddler needs to be removed after the troubleshooting process. So you would just delete that. And if we need to re-import the certificates again, we'll go to Option, HTTPS again, Actions, and Trust Root Certificate again. So I'm going to do this here as we're going to go through the troubleshooting process in a moment. One more option in Fiddler that we need to make sure we have is to capture traffic from browsers only and not from all processes. This is to make sure that the Fiddler logging doesn't become too cluttered. Two useful things to know in Fiddler is how to start and stop traffic capturing. We can go to File, Capture, or use the shortcut key F12. Here we're capturing traffic, we hit F12 to stop, and also the command bar below. One of the most useful commands is clear, which clears the log down. When we've configured Fiddler and are ready to capture traffic and troubleshoot, we'll make sure all our browsers are closed, and we'll start our browser within Fiddler. Go back to Fiddler, hit F12 to start capturing. In this demo, we're going to be logging in to the Remedy mid-tier, which is integrated with RSSO and Okta SAML. Once we reach the Okta front page, we'll put in our password, and we've logged into Remedy. So on Fiddler, we hit F12 again because we don't really need to log anymore, and we'll take a look at our capture. At any point in the login process, we have issues. When we get the error message or it stops, just go back to Fiddler and hit F12 to stop capturing. This will stop the Fiddler log from getting too cluttered. Before going through the logs, let's have a look at the Fiddler screen itself. On the left-hand side, we have our results pane, which is the captured traffic, and we've got two inspectors. On the upper right-hand side, we have requests, and in the lower right-hand side, we have responses. If we take a look at the results pane, we can see that there are multiple icons. It's useful to know what these icons are doing, and essentially it's just a quick view to tell you what these actions are doing. If you look underneath this video, you will see a legend description of what all these icons are. So we continue to have a look here. We know that RSSO does a redirect to SAML. So the first thing we need to look for is a redirect icon. And we'll go down and it will be the first one here. Our redirect icon is this little green icon there. If we highlight it and go to Web Forms, we can see our saml request. At the moment, this is encrypted. We can also see our relay state. SSO is sending with the request to Okta. The relay state should never change. Once it's been sent to SAML and we get the response back, the relay state should remain the same. Let's go back to our request itself. We know it's encrypted and we want to see the raw XML format. So we'll highlight the value. We send to text wizard. In the transform box, we'll select from deflated SAML, and Fiddler will decode this and give you an XML format. We can save this to a file. We'll call it SAML request from RSO, and we can load it into an XML viewer to take a better look, because it's not really readable in Fiddler itself. We'll take a quick look at this XML. So I have an XML viewer. We open the file up, expand all, and here we can see all the SAML parameters that we're sending over to Okta. We have our Okta destination. We also have our name ID format and our realm name, our receiver for assertion consumer service URL, and all the other SAML parameters. If we go back to Fiddler, we know that the request has gone to Okta, and now let's look for a response coming back to RSSO from Okta. Again, we'll go down and have a look at our icons until we see our post icon going back to the RSSO receiver. We see our relay state, which hasn't changed from the request, which is the way it should be. We have a look at the SAML response. Here we see the SAML response has been obfuscated. If we hover over it, we will see the response in a tooltip. Again, as before with the request, we can right click, send to text wizard. We had already from deflated SAML selected, and here is our response. Again, as before, we can save it to a file and call this one SAML response from Okta. And we can continue to load that XML in an XML viewer and take a look at the response. So when we have our Fiddler traffic captured, to export it, save all sessions, and we'll give it a name here and save. And this file can be sent to a support team for further review.